December. Leaves are almost all gone. It's almost that time of the year, the end of the riding season. Is it really the end of my riding season? Winter's almost here, and with it comes the shorter days, cold weather, and the lack of sun. The other day I was browsing through social media and I saw a post from a friend and he was winterizing his bike. It reminded me of when I used to live in Michigan. I lived in Grand Rapids for about 5 years. I remember having to go through that process of adding fuel stabilizer, hooking up the bike to a trickle charger, and putting her under a cover. Back then, I used to go and visit her every couple of days. I would even pull out a chair and light up a cigar and just stare at her for a couple hours, just dreaming of getting back on the wind. Sometimes I will even start the engine up and rev the engine a little bit just to hear her growl. I felt like I was an addict just getting my fix. It was rough, man. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, a little piece of paradise, a small island in the Caribbean, a place with an average annual temperature of 80 Fahrenheit. Summers there were scorching hot and humid. Winters were a little cooler, but still very warm. There was no daylight savings time, no snow ever, and every morning I was greeted by the sun. Growing up there, it was pure island living, just happy living. When my work moved me to Michigan, I quickly learned to see the beauty in spring. I learned to enjoy the mild summers, and I absolutely fell in love with fall and its color palette. But winter and we quickly developed a love-hate relationship. I was able to experience the first white Christmas with my family. To see my young children playing in the snow was amazing. I found seeing snow fall very calming, and it was so beautiful to see everything painted in white. But these Michigan winters were very long. Every morning leaving the house to go to work and it was dark. And then I would leave work to go to the house and it was dark again. The short days did a number on me. I was really losing my mind. I was going insane. They called it seasonal depression. And it was clear that I had it. I remember multiple times just looking out, and if I saw dry roads, I would just jump on the bike and head out. The coldest temperature that I rode was in the mid-20s Fahrenheit. I was miserable, and I loved every single minute of it. It was stupid, just so dumb, but I needed the escape. I was wearing what looked like every layer known to man. I wasn't out for much, not very long at all. It was about 20 minutes top, but I got my fix. And then I got home, turned on the fireplace, curled up under a thick blanket to defrost. I was smiling from ear to ear. I am much older now and wiser. Well, the wiser part can be debatable. I'm less inclined to ride in the 20s or colder, but trust me, I will if I have to. Nowadays, we have all kinds of accessories and gear to deal with the weather. Heated grips, wind deflectors, heated gear, rain gear, all to keep us riding longer and safer. But riding in cold weather involves embracing a little bit of misery. dealing with the change in the weather and being in the moment, enjoying your surroundings, enjoying that particular smell before or after a rainstorm, to be able to see a random rainbow just peeping through the clouds, to see the beauty hiding behind the foliage that is no longer there during winter, to be cold, to be wet, to be free, to end a long ride with a warm cup of coffee or cocoa, a cigar, and a warm fire, to think about the road travel, the experience lived, to see others just as crazy as you on the road, in the cold, on their bike. What stories will you tell your kids or your grandkids? I did not buy fuel stabilizer this year. I don't own a bike cover. I plan to ride my bike this winter, even when it gets cold. Not just because I want to, but because I need to. Because my soul needs it. Now I would like to hear about you guys. Do you ride when it's cold? What experiences have you had riding in the cold or the rain or during winter? Do you guys winterize your bikes? Do you put them away for the winter? Or do you rough it up? Like always, guys, thank you for stopping by and checking out this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one.